Well, hello and welcome to Bowtie Life and the October 2023 garden tours. We are in part two. We're beginning part two of the outer garden bed tours for the backyard. We just finished recording part one, which is the front and side gardens, and we have an eclipse just about to happen, which I'm presuming is going to be good for lighting. Should make the lighting a little more friendly. I don't know. It's about 45 minutes before peak of the eclipse at 12:15 here in Destin, Florida. We're supposed to get about 65% coverage here, so let's see what happens, because it's going to happen during the recording of this video. Okay, so we're over here by the blueberry bush. Of course, as I've mentioned several times, these videos are my own log of the things going on in the garden and how things grow, and so I can refer back to these in future years. And if you have any interest in following along with the development of the garden, please be sure to subscribe to Bowtie Life for more videos. We put out videos almost every single day, and try to put a real mix of things: educational stuff, informational stuff, maybe just something to inspire you to get out and plant something yourself one day, if you're not doing it already. But I know sometimes I'll be watching these videos and it'll remind me, oh, I gotta go do something, and I'll pause the video and I'll run out and take care of something. There's been a few of those videos going on. My phone is being very noisy right now because it is a big event at our church going on this weekend. In fact, it starts here in a couple hours, so we'll see what we can record here. I may end up finishing this garden tour tomorrow, Sunday afternoon. We'll have to see. Today is October 14th. Did I say that? I think I did. Hey, let's get on with it. Hi, I'm Bowtie Dave. So I like to do my garden tours in the exact same order every month, so I know exactly where to find things. And we're starting over here at the blackberries, and I am still training up more blackberries to grow up this arch trellis so that in the spring we can have some blackberries. I'm very excited. I think we'll have more this year. Maybe we'll eventually have enough to preserve. So but yeah, they're just growing away. The pomegranate trees are doing great. They've done good this year. They've made a lot of fruit. They still have some fruit on them. They're coming to the end. You can actually see there's some pomegranates up in there. Some beautiful, in fact, there's probably one of the most beautiful ones I've seen up there. So pomegranates are doing good. Lots of suckers. I need to clear those off of there. Oh, this is what I've been doing with my blackberries. I just take these stray things and feed them through as they grow. Excuse the hard to do one-handed, but yeah, I just kind of keep them fed up through the arch trellis like that. So blackberries, though, are just doing their thing for this time of year. The goji berry, there is a goji berry bush under here that is being overtaken by something else that needs to get cleaned up. But it is still thriving, surprisingly enough, in that very shady area. Coming around here, the fountain planter, amazingly, it still has nasturtium trying to grow in here. These nasturtium, we're going to try this again next year. That's a nasturtium leaf. They're great in salads. The flowers and the leaves have a very slight peppery taste to them. Very good stuff to eat. So anyway, you can see here the back of the blueberries. This area was absolutely overgrown. You couldn't walk back there at all, but now look at it. This bag actually belongs there. There's some mint in there that has been growing well. That Thai plant right there needs to go up into the front so I can have an odd number of Thai plants in my front garden bed. Has to get done. How long have I been saying that? Over a year now. So, but the blueberries are looking strong. There's tons and tons of new green growth coming out everywhere. Strong green growth And now that I've got all the vines, oh well, I say all the vines, looky here. Here's a big vine that didn't get cleared out. I thought I did better than that. And I see a new vine already climbing up here. That's the continuing battle with these ivies. I know I had an ivy left over in this area. I did not get cleared out all the way. In fact, you can see there's still some stuff growing over here that I did not do quite enough. But with the weather turning cooler, the bees are, their box, we saw this last month, their box is a lot smaller now. They are just doing their thing and being just wonderful neighbors. Love having the bees. I see them out and about all the time. So we did clear out a lot of weeds in this area that had these white and yellow flowers on them. And they love these white and yellow flowers, so I actually left a lot growing over in this direction. I didn't want to completely destroy their food supply. I did take a lot of that stuff out though. I love just standing here watching them. Under the cathedraloupe here, the bee bath has been doing good. I see the bees get in there. I have to clean it out again. I have about once every couple months I have to come in here and clean these things out because it gets kind of overgrown with algae and probably not healthy. I don't see any bees in there right now, but this thing fills up every other day. So the cantaloupe right here on the cathedraloupe, this one is a little tiny. It looks like it has failed. Cannot quite tell why it is so orange in there. It's like it doesn't develop a rind around that side. I may need to get in there and inspect that one. That's not looking too good. There's another two there. There's one here that does not have any. These are cantaloupe. I don't see any real damage. I might want to bag that and maybe take that one off because that one may not be doing well. But the cathedral, we're going to have to develop this more this next year. It is, in us traveling so much, it has not been kept at all. So definitely a challenge this year. One of our fig trees, we saw a couple in the front yard. Here's another one. This is the smaller fig, it produces the smaller figs. And it is, in fact, I'm going to come around here and look at this closer. I'm over here on the exact opposite side and I see this leaf and you'll notice, you see how I barely touch it and it falls off? That's all I do to prune these things. I just try to keep the worst looking of these leaves gone. And you'll notice this leaf has some challenges. It's got fig rust on it, but they're not just falling off. So that's all I do to prune these things. I do try to keep these magnolia leaves from resting in there too long. But this one does, like I see there's a fig right there growing. I don't see much else growing on that one. This other fig tree, it looks a little worse for wear. In fact, you can see there's a lot of leaves. I haven't done anything with this in a while. A lot of these leaves are ready to come off. But that's really all I do. I just press down on that leaf ever so slightly and it will, any leaves that are ready to go. Now this thing is a deciduous tree, which means it loses its leaves in the winter. It will be bare all winter, but there are some figs in here, little tiny figs. And so I have hope that maybe this will do good. This tree here gets good sun. It is a good goblet shape, has a branch going out in each of 4 directions and a leader up the middle, which I would like to train 4 more up here about eye level. And then that will be how big I let this thing get. The other tree over there gets about an hour or 2 less shade than this one does. So it may not do as well over there. We'll just have to see. The elephant ears. These have been growing for a couple years now. And I've just kind of let them go, let them be their thing. This one flowered, and underneath here we have some more flowering. All right, is that just a leaf? And it looks like just a leaf coming out, a new leaf, and there's an even newer leaf right there coming out. I'm gonna let these things grow big. This is an experiment. I think they're a very beautiful plant. They offer some very different interest in the garden, I guess. And I just enjoy having them over here on this end of the backyard. So I do see some air potato here and here. If you watch my videos much, you know I have some very personal feelings about air potatoes and keeping them out of my yard. There is a potato right there. That is enough to start a new vine. I will take that potato out and look down there, and I'm going to put it in my back pocket because that's my trash pocket. Looking down here for any more. I don't see any more, probably because they've already dropped. I need to get my hory out here and dig in and find the seed for that vine. Air potatoes. Don't let them grow. So, at the end of the last video, we talked about the carrots with that potato coming up. This is where that bag with that potato sat for a year before that potato started to come up. So I think that was very curious. If you didn't see that, go watch the first part of this month's garden tour. And along this area, these will be moved out. We will be planting in this about 6 foot wide area. There will be a hedge of loquats here pretty soon. You'll see those here at the end of this tour. Obviously some storage for stuff, just random stuff. Oh, in fact, I want to show you. This is the weed that the bees just seem to love. Look at they spend so much time on these things. And I'm looking at like 4 or 5 of them right now. There's another one down there. There's a couple there. That one just took an interest in me. So I am going to back away because I'm only about a foot away from them. Oh, yeah, more over here. Okay, so this lemon tree seems to be growing. Both of these lemon trees, the one in the pot and the one in the ground. I did get word that we are probably going to have a harder winter this year, so we may have to try to protect those this year. The watermelon, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 watermelons growing on these plants. And there's actually, I can't remember if I said there's 1 plant. This is actually 3 plants coming out of the same area. So they seem to be doing pretty good. I check on these every once in a while. They are, you know, pretty good size, not the nearly 20-pounder that we got at the about a month or 2 ago. Fig tree right here. This is the brown turkey fig. Again, deciduous. They will drop all their leaves and look quite miserable. This thing, since it's in the ground, will take off next year. This is going to be a very impressive tree next year. We still have our unused arch trellis here. There's a mint hiding down in that grass down there. There's a jasmine at the base of this trunk, this dead tree. We had this taken out, and of course we need to clean it up again. I clean this up about every, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 months. The wood pile. Okay, so we're coming down to this corner, and I think we have a plan. There's a dead pomegranate there. There was a dead lemon behind it. In fact, you can barely see a big, huge 100-gallon pot back there. I'm going to end up clearing this area right here, including this area where the wood pile is, and we're going to have a corn patch here. And this will be next year. So there is an onion patch in the middle of this, and I don't know if there's any onions growing. Oh, this is where all those weeds that our bees like have grown up. Yeah. A lot more of these little white and yellow flowers that they love. Oh, I see dozens and dozens and dozens of bees everywhere. And a bumblebee. My goodness, this place is active. So there are some onions, those walking onions down there like we saw in the front yard. I don't know what condition they're in. We'll have to get in here and clear out parts of this. One of the loquat trees from the hedge, there's 2, there's another 4 down the end down there of those loquats that we're going to put in the hedge that we saw in the back corner back there. My original rosemary. Remember the rosemary plants that we had in the seedling area at the end of part 1? This is the plant they came from, and this thing is in serious need of trimming, which means we might be making some more rosemary plant babies. So yeah, this pomegranate I think is done for. It's going the way of previous ones. This pomegranate is looking a little bit rough. Those 2 over there are looking good. I never did prune the base of these for suckers, so it doesn't look like it made any difference whether I trimmed them for suckers or not. In this pile here, we have more aloe growing. This grass, this St. Augustine grass, grows tall. It kind of covers it over. I've let it cover over specifically this lemon tree, which was my surprise survivor after last year's freeze. And I will try to pull the non-grass stuff out, but like that leaf flower right there, those things will get pulled out, but I might allow this St. Augustine grass to grow over it to offer some kind of protection in case, as predicted, we get the hard winter that we may be getting this winter. I don't know if we're going to get that or not. A little bit of mint down here. This is the this is the spearmint right here that came with the house. Bunch more loquat plants right down there. Delicious little fruit. Compost has not changed. 0 change. I did trim up that palm tree back there. I really need to cut it out. It's in a position now that I could cut it out easily. Got to get rid of these suckers. These suckers took off like crazy under this magnolia tree. What's weird is the other magnolia tree doesn't do this. This magnolia tree comes up with these suckers all the time, and the other one just doesn't. I don't know why. So yeah, compost completely the same. It's sunk down. You can see this one. At one point, this was as high as these stakes. It's all gone down now. And I'm using my lawn cuttings for the blueberries right now, so it's not gonna get a lot of attention or refill anytime soon. So this is gonna be ready next spring to be turned into garden food. So there we go. That's the outer garden beds in the backyard. Not a lot going on right now. I'm hoping next year we can get more going on. This past summer I traveled a lot. We sold our cabin in Arkansas, and I spent almost half the summer away. So a lot of this is I've not had a chance to maintain at all. So yeah, it's been a little different. The solar eclipse is still probably half an hour away from totality. Yes, right at half an hour away from totality. It is less intense right now, so I can tell we're probably not quite at 50%, but we're definitely getting there. It's not as hot as it was. Looking around, things are looking a little dimmer than they did just a half an hour ago. But anyway, yeah, so things going on, and things need to get done. So hopefully we'll have a lot of production this winter. And appreciate you stopping by. If I say production this winter, I mean areas prepped, beds prepped, things planned better than last year, than the time we lost last year. So yeah, please subscribe if you have not already. So follow along everything in the garden. Those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much. You are my heroes for helping to grow the community, not just the community here on Bowtie Life, but the community of all the gardeners and YouTube homesteaders out there that are creating such great content that's really a compendium. If you want to learn, you can not only learn how to do just about anything, you can also learn from anyone whose personality you relate to the best. So yeah, it's becoming quite a resource out there. My ADD brain is getting tired. We have stuff going on, big weekend coming up. Wow, it is getting darker out here. You really can't tell on the camera, but the camera automatically adjusts. But it is definitely starting to lose our light out here. We're not going to be total. We're still going to be able to read a book easily, but we're not going to get the ring of fire. I was wishing we were able to see that, but we are a little bit ways away to be able to see the ring of fire. So those of you who did, I'll have to rely on photos on Facebook and other social media to see how cool it looks. Let's see. Yeah. Click thumbs up if you thought this was informational, educational, inspirational, or just entertaining. And share it on your social media with other fellow gardeners, friends of yours that might be interested in garden tours and progress in the garden and see how things go. We also try to do educational content and add as much kind of value to our content as possible. So yeah, I can't think of anything else to say at the moment. I have talked long enough, and we can get on to the third part in the next video. That's going to be, of course, the raised garden beds. Look at those okra. Still producing. Have a blessed day.